Hello, welcome to FootPrints. My name is Samuel Atamensa. Welcome back to the program. It's FootPrint. Alaji, good to see you.
Nice meeting you too.
Wow, you still look very good, I must say.
Well, we are managing.
You have managed very well.
That's right.
Alaji, it's been several decades. Several decades as a kid growing up in Accra and hearing Sidiku Buari and you know, and I have my uncles back in the day who actually referred to you as a sportsman.
That's right.
I never knew that you're a sportsman. I mean, we grew up knowing Sidiku Buari with showbiz and entertainment.
That's right.
But sports, well, maybe you tell us the full story. But tell me, the name Buari, where is it from?
The name Buari,
originally, if you like.
The name Buari is actually a Muslim name.
Oh, Muslim.
It's a Quran, you know, called Buari.
Right.
Okay,
right.
you know, I mean, it's Muslim name. So the name Buari, the Buari from Nigeria, that is B-U-H-A-R-I. My Buari is B-U-A-R-I. Okay,
They're not
you
the
know,
same.
it's a Muslim. It's not. They are not. But it's a Muslim name. Every
Okay.
Buari is Muslim name.
Oh, right.
Yes.
So what's your Ghana name?
My Ghana name is Ni Ama.
So you're a Nyama?
Yeah, so I, you know, I mean, seriously, you know, all my life I live with Ghana.
Of course.
You know, and my friends, you know,
of course.
I would say most of my relatives, I would say they are Ghanaians.
Yeah.
You know, so, well.
So Nyama?
Uncle
Nyama?
Uncle Nyama. She, Uncle Sidiku.
Of course. That's what we all know. Sidiku. Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
And what was growing up like for you? You know, your early stages growing up. Was it in Accra?
Yeah, it was in Accra. It wasn't all that easy. As a matter of fact, my father died when I was only 12 years old.
Really?
Yes. I lost my father.
In Accra Central?
In Accra
Where
Central.
exactly?
Well, you know, at Sra, you know, I was born in Cowlin, if you know Cowlin, Finger Road,
of course.
which is near Opera side. That's where I was born.
Inside.
And that's where
They had a lot of Nigerian influence at the time, right?
That's right. That's right. You know, and I would say most of my backgrounds are Nigerian, okay?
Yeah.
But because we were born, you understand, say here, and then, you know, our education, everything, you know.
Yeah.
So we actually do everything here, you know, and it looked like we are more of Ghanaians.
Yes,
you
that's
know.
correct.
So
Of course,
that
we will claim you any day.
Yeah.
So you Cowlin area.
Yes, Cowlin, you know, some people call it Pagan Road. Pagan Road, you know, is around, you know, like
Children's Hospital.
Yes, you know, Children's Hospital side, all over the place. You know, and, you know, Cowlin. But my playing area actually is Bukum.
Hey, but
Yes,
here.
Bukum. No, you know, seriously, you know, we happen to be friends and, you know,
But at that
most
time,
of our friends.
even from Cowlin to Bukom was a bit of a distance.
It wasn't, seriously, Bukum to Cowlin actually
Going up
is
there?
very close. Yes, it's not far.
To Jamfi Brothers.
The Jamfi Brothers, you just cross
to
Jamfi
the other
Brothers
side?
and go to the other side. Then
Straight.
that's, yeah, straight. You are
That's
going
where
to Bukum.
everything was happening.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
You know, but Cowlin, because we used to have a football match, we used to have a competition in running and things like that. We book home, you know,
Yeah,
and then
the other
you know,
suburbs.
this is how we build up as kids, you
That's
know.
true.
Seriously, you know, we work very hard. We go to school, you know, we make sure we learn, okay, together.
That's
We
true.
become friends, they're like brothers. And we work
When were you
together.
born?
I was born on the 21st April, 1940. If you want to know my age, I'm 81 years old now.
Wow.
I gotta be, you know, I mean, tell you 81 years
Octogenarian.
and still going strong.
Thank you very much.
Whether you like it or not.
No, we like it.
Strong.
Man. We are enjoying it.
Yes.
We're enjoying it.
Yes.
81. You
81
are blessed.
years.
You are blessed. You are blessed.
Thank you so much.
And it's
Thank you.
been 81 years of good reputation and value for this country in a lot of areas that people have even forgotten. But we'll talk about all those things.
Right.
So where did you start schooling?
Well, I started schooling in 1949, actually, a government boys' school, you know, and seriously, it was not easy at that time because, you know, when I lost my father, my mother was trying to take care of almost everything, you know, but God being so good, we went through.
The government boys was the place to go to if you wanted to
definitely.
go to school.
You know, you get all the top guys there. You know, the tough guys.
Remember some of the names back in the day?
Yes, you know, we have a band.
Yeah.
Okay, and when we go into the stadium, you you realize, you know, a bunch of our people, you know, they are always behind you.
Yeah.
And during that time, we were so good in sports. You know, Government Boys School was very actually active when it comes to sports.
So this is your elementary school, what we call elementary school, or basic school, as
elementary school,
now.
But I went to African College. That's a secondary school. Okay, the African College is no more now.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, started from West African College to African College. Now, African College at that time, you know, was actually a big school.
Where was that?
Oh, that was African College was 1957.
Was that also in Accra?
It was in Accra.
Accra Central.
Accra Central. It was in Accra Central. They moved from Circle, you know, to Polygonal at one time. Okay. Okay. They were at Polygonal, and then, you know,
so
later,
the school, African College, was at Circle.
It was at Circle. There was a, you know, a place at Circle where they were, you know, and then.
Remember exactly where? I'm trying to figure out which part of Circle.
It was, you know, where the photographer, you know.
Modern photos.
Modern photos.
Okay.
I think, you know, just.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that area. Okay.
Yes, that area.
Okay. So modern photos. So
yes,
down
yes,
Kokomlimle. Okay.
You know, and then they moved to.
So is that where we call Tiptoe Lane now?
Tiptoe Lane.
Okay.
That's right.
Good.
Then before moving to Polygonal.
You remember exactly where in Polygonal?
Well, you know, Polygonal, that place is like going closer to Choco side.
Okay.
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 When you
move
pass,
in that
move
direction.
In that direction, because they become bigger.
Oh,
and then they have a very big place.
So this is Jufojano, beyond
Yeah, that's right,
Jufojano,
just around
into the
that side.
Mamprobi area. Okay.
Just around that
Nice.
side.
Nice.
You know, but
Did the president meet you at government boys school?
yes, you know,
Nana
the
Akufo-Addo?
president, Nana Akufo-Addo, was then at the government school. But at that time, you understand?
You were the big boys.
Oh, we were big boys, you know. we were big boys.
And he was a small man.
No, so, you know, seriously, we were big boys there, you know. But, you know, we had a lot of prominent people that went to that school.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them happened to travel outside the country. Some of them is fortunate, you know, that we don't get in touch with each other.
Yeah.
Whenever we leave school, that ends it.
Because your time, there was no social media.
No social. Our time was just.
You had to write a letter, snail mail, and go to post office.
How many people have time to be writing a letter from here to, you know, some of them move to even some of these African countries.
Yeah.
But that's how we disperse, you know, that's why everybody was just...
yeah.
Yes.
So again, African College, what did you do in African College?
Well, you know, I went to the school and I had wondered, actually my intention was to be an engineer.
Okay.
You know, but in African College, I did, you know, a science, you know, and you know, I mean, you know, there are certain subjects that you have to do when you are in the college, you know, before you left. But you know, I was able to complete my Form 4, you know, and you know that's you know where I ended before leaving, you know, because I was so active in sports.
You
know, at that time that
everybody knew your name.
Yes,
Sidiku Buari and sports.
Yes.
So you were representing Government Boys School in sports.
Yes.
Which disciplines were you?
I was a 400 meters runner. 400 meters. Yes.
And you used to go to the stadium.
We go to the stadium, you know, and it wasn't easy.
Who were some of your opponents at the time? From which schools?
That time we have some of these guys, Ama, and then some other guys. They are from Osu Salem.
That was another school.
Another Salem secondary schools, and some of these, you know, tough guys. You know, but. All of a sudden, you know.
But there was only one Sidiku Buari.
Oh, there has to be one Sidiku Buari at that time. You know, yes.
And we are told that your athletics performance was so good that you actually caught the attention of even the foreigners and embassies and high commissions who wanted to know more about you.
Well, I remembered, you know, after my schooling, you know, I went to the sports stadium, you know, to actually practice. When I was called by Ohinijan, the late Ohinijan, who was then the director of sports. And then Ohinijan actually sent a guy called B. Bashiru, Aru. I don't know whether you know him. He used to run with MF Ukante and Men's and so on, and all those were my colleagues. So when he called me, and then he handed me over to the coach, Isi Nyakun, happened to be the name of the coach.
Of the national
athletic coach, called Isi Nyakun. So then I started training, and that was 1962.
Wow.
Okay, I was training.
At this time, you were done with school.
Well, I was done with school. So I was actually training, you know, at the sports stadium where Ohinijan, you know, actually asked me to go to the Workers' Brigade at that time, to go and see somebody there. I remember that was the time of Baba Yara and Dogo Moro and all of them.
The footballers,
The footballers, you know, and so we were attached, you know, to the Workers' Brigade. As a matter of fact, that time it was Workers' Brigade who paid us. You understand? So in 1962, when I trained, then 1963, I became the Ghana national champion, 400 meters champion.
Wow.
In Ghana. I was then actually
representing the
country. So then
hang on. So you took part in straight 400 meter races.
Meters.
At that time, was it 400 meters or 400 yards?
400, it was 400 yards.
400 yards, yes.
You know. So I actually, you know, represented Ghana.
Okay. How about the relay?
The relay?
4x4.
I remember very well, you know, that when we went to these All African Games, and I won a silver medal for Ghana. That was the time that I saw that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was so much interested in sports. And then when we came back from Dakar, Senegal, where we went.
This All African Games, was it West African Games in Dakar?
No. West African Game was in Nigeria. But this is African Games.
Which one did you do in Congo Brazzaville?
Congo Brazzaville was All African Games.
Yeah, that's what I was
That saying. One is a different one.
Okay.
This is this was in Dakar. It's 1963.
Oh, okay. That's the All African Games.
Yeah, the 63 happened to be in Dakar. And that's where I won a silver medal
Wow.
for Ghana. And then the same year, I represented Ghana in Ibadan, Nigeria. That happened to be West African Games.
Wow.
And I won 1 gold, 1 silver in 4x400 meters relay and 400
In Nigeria,
meters.
of all places.
Yes.
Because
yes,
they have
yes.
tough
They have
sprinters.
tough, you better believe it. But we won that event, you know, overall.
Wow.
We became, actually, Ghana became the champion. Okay, Ghana beat Nigeria. Usually, when you talk about athletics,
Yeah.
you see Nigeria ahead of us.
Now.
But no, because most of their athletes happen to base in Great Britain.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and they have
Oh,
that
back in the
experience.
day too?
Yeah, back in the days. They
Wow.
have this Omagbemi.
Yeah, yeah.
They have a lot of them, you know.
yeah.
They base in Britain.
In the UK, yeah.
In the UK. So they have...
They had facilities,
But
you know.
then, God being so good,
And you still beat them to it.
we beat them.
Wow.
No, Ghana, you see, Ghana having to have a very strong team if you want to know the truth. You know, Ghana, we have a lot of talented athletes. You know, and when you talk about sportsmen, we have a lot of talented here.
So tell me, so you did the All Africa Games
Yes,
in Dakar,
yes, and West African Games
and then West African
in
Games in Ibadan.
Nigeria, and then
did
all African Games in
Congo, Brazzaville.
In Congo, Brazzaville.
And how did that go?
Well, it's a quartet around the 4x400 meters, really, and we won a bronze medal for Ghana.
Wow.
Actually, at All African Games.
So that's the team that you were just mentioning, the Usman.
That's right, you know, because when you talk about the strong team at that time, okay, Ghana, they always have Ghana went to Perth, Australia and they brought in a gold medal.
Yeah.
Ghanaian, we have Michael Ahe, happened to be one of my colleagues, but he was running 100 and 200 meters.
Yeah.
You see, Alisanum, you know, also, a female, but I think she's now based in the United States,
Okay.
So I think, most of our athletes, and that's what I was expecting, because you see, that time, we go all out to die for our country.
Yeah.
We do our very best to make sure it's not now.
Yeah.
That is nothing but money.
But we have
You
too
see,
many distractions.
This
now.
is the thing.
A lot of distractions.
The sports now.
We'll come back
is
to
money
that
matter, yeah.
with the counsel and wisdom of some of you
That's
who have
right.
lived it
Yeah.
and practiced it.
That's
you
right.
know. So tell me, traveling during those days, you just said we went to Dakar, we went to Ibadan. How were you traveling in the 60s?
Well,
Air travel, road transport, ship. How were you doing it?
it's air travel.
Air
It's air travel. And I remember very well when we were coming from Congo, Brazzaville. Then we see water was running from the top of the plane. Okay? And seriously, looking at yourself with what you went through, okay, before the plane landed. And then luckily we were safe, landed, but then the facilities, when you talk about this thing, was not there. But you see, even though Ohinijan was one of the best when you talk about
Ohinijan, right?
Ohinijan. He was one of the best because he tried to do his best. And, that time Dr. Kwame Nkrumah loved us so much that they back him up. But unfortunately, at that time, the money is not there to back us. Okay, but we tried to do everything we could at that time.
So the aircraft was Ghana Airways or a special?
It was Ghana Airways. It was Ghana, but then I remember, I'm not too sure about that anyway, because I remember the airline that was coming was leaking.
It was leaking?
It was leaking. There was a water.
From where?
From, I don't know. We saw the water, then it stopped. And it was very scary.
And the plane was not shaking?
Well, usually when the plane is on the air, once in a while you hear that kind of...
When it happens that I want to run away and leave the plane.
if it's possible for you to do that. If it's possible for you to do that. You see, that's what I'm saying. When you sacrifice for your country, they need to be recognized.
Recognized, yes.
You know, that's what I actually plead.
Yeah.
You know, that, you know, all these, some of these, you know, footballers who have done so much for this nation. You know, if you look at Oblite, the last time I saw him, you know,
who's Oblite?
Oblite he was one of the defender, the Black Star defender.
Okay.
You know, that time of Adodamete, Oblite, and all these people, you know, but he's still alive.
Wow.
You know, and I know a lot of them are still alive. I know Infum is still alive. You see, some of these people are still alive, but you know, it looked like, you know.
Well, we didn't have a system, a structured system in place at the time. It was like anybody available who was motivated will be called. But after that, there was no structure. A lot of African countries went through similar things, you know. But like you say, you know, maybe this is the time for us to go back and recognize all these people.
I think it's about time. It's about time, you know. But now the sportsmen are very lucky because they commercialize, you know, they're making so much money, okay, to be able, during that time, if you look at somebody like Michael Ahe, who went and get a silver medal for Ghana, okay, I mean, when you talk about the Olympic Games, it's not a joke.
That's true.
Or for somebody coming and then, but he's still around. At the end of it, Michael Ahe has to leave this country to go to Saudi Arabia to become a coach.
All right.
And while we have Ghana, you know, where he can coach here, do you understand? And then with Michael Ahe experience, it could help a lot of athletes here.
That's true.
You see?
That's true.
But
now, what I want us to go into is to find out what became of your athletics skills or talents after this level, being part of the national team, doing the West African Games, doing the African Games, traveling in and out of Ghana. Did you make it to the Olympic Games at the time?
No, I was unable. I had a muscle injury. When they were going to the, I had a muscle injury, so I was dropped.
Dropped. Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
Because you would have made it straight.
I would have made it to the, but I never represent this country without bringing medal home. All this African, never.
That is a good one.
You know?
Now this is Alhaji Sidiku Buari telling the story of the sacrifices, the commitment, the passion that he has exhibited being a Ghanaian, representing the country. We'll take a short break. This is Footprint. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Footprint on City TV, and I'm here with Alhaji Sidiku Buari. Well, I'm sure you know him variously as the entertainment giant, as a showbiz giant, as the member of COSGA. He's also known to have, actually, if I'm not mistaken, he was head of Musica. I'm sure you were the longest for about 10 years, 11 years, about?
No,
almost 10 years.
Musica, actually, my year from being a member, vice president, and president, that was about 17, 18 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay, good. Yes. So, Alhaji, we're still, I'm very interested in your athletics prize because, you know, my uncle used to talk about, hey, Sidiku Buari, Sidiku. You apparently used to be a Jama leader too. You used to lead the Jama.
That's right.
Singing the Gan songs.
That's right.
You know, you remember some of the songs you used to sing?
Yes.
You remember some?
Well, aya. You know, I remember even when I was in US.
Yes.
And I was playing non-professional baseball.
Baseball, yeah.
Then I composed a song. You see this, and when you see the background, these people seriously And I tell you, when they move, you know, and people, they move up
like
and
infectious.
down. And they don't even understand what you are saying.
But it sounded nice.
But you see, the fact is to motivate people, to make them move, to put them in action. You got to do something. And just, I believe that, you know, the motivation, the pushing them and things like that, the song alone can scare you sometimes. I'll believe that. I can make you a winner.
Oh, nice. So tell me again, Ibadan, Dakar,
yes,
Brazzaville, all these places that you used to go to.
Yes.
Were there moments that you remember that you want to share?
Well, I remember in Nigeria, the last event happened to be 4x400 meters relay. And that time, their president was present at the sports stadium at that time.
Which president was this?
I think Mandi Azikiwe.
Azikiwe.
Yes,
Namdi,
Azikiwe, yes,
yes.
he was at the sports stadium at that time. And what happened was that the last event having to, because Nigeria was leading Ghana by 1 point. They were leading by, and the last event happened to be the 4x400 meters relay. And we have to finish the event. And I finished the 4x400 meters relay for that event.
Okay, so you were the last lap.
Last lap.
Hey.
So, and the last lap is 2 points. So we beat Nigeria. And come and see the stadium.
Pandemonium.
Was terrible. I'm telling you,
In
oranges, stones, they were throwing into the stadium because Ghana beat Nigeria at that time. You know, it was, you know, just unbelievable, you know, but it's one of those things, you know, after sports is sports. Anything can happen in sports, but we beat Nigeria that year. And in West Africa, we used to have this West African game, you know, it was, so we beat Nigeria and they were not happy about it. You know, and
well, I think that still remains the same, yes, even in football.
Yes, you know, so sports is always sports. I believe when you are beaten, you know, that's the way it's supposed to happen. When you are training, somebody probably is training harder than you.
That's true.
One thing I just believe is determination, whatever you want to do. Be a winner before even winning. Okay? You
be a winner
before
even
winning.
before winning.
You understand what
I'll take that.
Take that one.
I'll take that.
Be a winner before winning. Because, you know, the fact is, I know when we are competing, I'll beat you. Okay? I'll be the winner. Okay? So, I'm so determined to win. And that's what I take to the
field.
To the field. And it works.
Great.
You know, so I remember when I go to the, in fact, when I was beaten at Senegal, Dakar, it was just at the end of the guy happened to be very experienced actually. It's called Abdoulaye Sey. Abdoulaye Sey happened to be
a Senegalese.
Senegalese, you know, he's a Senegalese, and then he also represented, I think he had a silver medal in Olympic Games.
But he was taller than you.
Abdoulaye Sey, you know that the Senegalese are tall people, but the tall has nothing to do with running.
Oh, okay.
You know, after that, it has nothing, it depends on, you know, I mean, a lot of athletes are not too tall, okay, but they are good. You know, it depends on, you know, the strength that you have. And
so he beat you to it, but you came up with a silver.
You know, it was just at the end of the finish line that the guy came and then just beat me. But then Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was very happy because that happened to be the first medal we have.
Wow.
A silver medal. Because I remember that when Isinyaku, then our national coach, said, hey, Charlie, you are lucky. You understand what I'm saying? And I remember even at the Workers' Brigade, you know, where I was given a motorbike.
Oh.
And you know, motorbike, to give me a motorbike, I'm telling you,
was a big deal.
Was a big deal.
Was it made in Ghana?
Honda, no.
Honda.
I'm telling you, it wasn't a joke. I used that motorcycle for a very long time.
Wow.
Before I
No, you were the man about town.
Yes, well, you know, they encourage you at that time. You know, you see a lot of encouragement. Not like now that you get big money before you go and compete. at that time, Ohinijan was so good that he would promise you something when you qualified. He would promise you something and he would do his best.
So Ohinijan was the director.
He was then director of sports.
Sports at the ministry?
No, he was, you know, his ministry is at the stadium.
Okay.
He has his office at the sports stadium.
Okay. So like the sports council.
That's sports council. He was then director, that's the name they call him, director of sports, Ohinijan. Mr. Ohinijan. He was so good.
His name was everywhere.
In fact, he was good. The man was good.
Wow.
Because he talked to you, he encouraged you, he gave you some kind of power, okay, to be able to do your best. You see, and that is very important.
Right.
You need people who can push you. Even though you want to push yourself, but you get somebody to push you, then you go furthermore.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
So, your years as a national athlete, and then having done, you know, you are now done with school, and but it won't put food on your table still, as you say. You know, you are just excited doing it for the country.
No, it puts a food on the table because I was attached to the Workers' Brigade at
also,
that time.
you are being
and
paid
I was
salary.
getting paid. I was getting salary.
Okay.
And I was actually making money at that time.
Okay.
You see, the Niyama that I mentioned, it was Bese Manchi at that time, you know, who actually happened to like me. Okay, you understand? Gave me that name. That book. Achayabu Sidiku. Achobu. Niyama. You know, so anyway.
Yeah. So at which point did you consider leaving Ghana?
Well, as a matter of fact, you know, as a sportsman, you know, even though you have spent a certain time you have to also think about your future. You know, so my idea to leave the country to go and get some profession so that I'll be able to take care of myself.
Yeah, so how did that happen?
Well, it happens when I went to the game, and then there was this man who came closer to me, and he told me they wanted to give me a scholarship at York Institute. You know,
he's a white man?
He's a white man. He came to me, and then, you know, that's how I was able to go to the United States.
Okay.
I had that scholarship, and then
due to your athletics,
my athletics
experience, yeah.
You know, he was actually in the field, and that's how, you know. So when I was in the school, when I was in the
you got to York. Which year did you get to York Institute?
Oh, York Institute. If I could remember.
Okay.
Yes.
But so you went there to pursue what program? What course?
Yes, I had wanted actually to be automobile engineer. That was my intention. But then I was unable to go there because then music caught on the way. Then I went to a night school for music, New York School of Music. And then actually I learned a little bit because at the time that I was playing non-professional baseball, and I used to compose this Jama song.
Yeah, for the
there
people.
Was a man called Evan Mechanic. He happened to be Choppy Checker. I don't know whether you've heard the name.
No.
He was the rock and roll. You know, actually one of the top rock and roll stars is called Choppy Checker.
Okay, never heard.
Okay, Choppy Checker's manager is called Evan Mechanic. He was the one who encouraged me, okay, to go into music.
Right.
You know, and seriously, because of this Jama song, you know, he said, look, if you can compose something that will actually go in line with that kind of Jama this thing, you know, I mean, I think because he wanted to make money. But you see, American was used to all one-way type of music.
Yeah.
You know, that, you know, sweet voice, you know, romantic songs and so on. He wanted something like African something.
Yeah.
Just before Manu Dibango came in. Then I remember when I went to the studio to record, the first day that I went there and he came there, he has to stop the recording Why? Because after going to school, okay, and I came back, you know, I learned how to actually use my voice and, you know, sing well and things like that. And he told me that's not what he was looking for.
Oh, okay.
He said, no, I want you to be, you know, and I was shocked. Why are you, this man telling me this? Because I was thinking it sounded something else, you know.
Yeah.
So he stopped the recording that they have paid money, and when he stopped the recording at the Opa studio in New York, it cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
This man stopped the recording and he said, no, we got to go back
Yeah.
and put this in. Then we have to go home. So sad. That was my brother's day. You know, I felt so bad. You know, that, no, that's it. I better stop this kind of business.
Yeah.
So we went home. I went and practiced. Then I have to go and do what he wanted me to do. So I went there, and then I started doing something. I put some together. Then he told me, he said, he came to the house, and my basement is where we rehearse. And then he told me, he said, look, I don't want you to sing. I want you to talk.
Okay.
I said, where is this coming from? You tell me, you know, you want to record a singer. You understand what I'm saying? Then you want me to talk, you don't want me to sing. I said, so what do you want, you know, how do you want me to do? He said, just say something in Africa. I said, what is this man saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. I was surprised. So all of a sudden, I came out with, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Then I have rehearsed with some of my chorus singers. Then, I tell you, say right there, stay there. I'm telling you, this is how. Okay, when you listen to Karambani, the real Karambani.
Yeah, that's the album.
The album.
Yeah.
The one
track,
that was on 59 on the chart in the US. That's, you know, it was, the rhythm was more of a strong dancing rhythm, but I was talking on it.
Yeah.
You know, it was like a rap music.
Yeah,
and that's what he wanted. But he knew why he wanted me to do that. But when we went, after we finished, he took it to the Radio Corporation of America in New York. And they accepted it. And they gave us a contract.
Wow.
And that's how I started, you know, recording with the Radio Corporation of America. You know, and then that's how I got that contract.
Okay.
You see, for them, they know how to make money. Seriously, he said he was tired of this American singing, hey, oh, you know, all this kind of love song and all these things. He wanted to go out.
Something else.
And that song really made it. Okay.
So that's the Karambani. That's because you know, anytime your name pops up on the internet, Karambani shows up as well.
So the Karambani is the one that actually put me right there. Okay. So we actually made it through Karambani. Then I had to tour all the, you know, the city of United States, you know, and then I was going from one state to the other, you know, performing, especially in the universities and colleges.
So this was in the 70s then?
Yes. No, that was on 76.
Yeah.
Around 76.
Okay.
That's 1976.
Because it would be around the same time that Osibisa was also doing.
Osibisa was doing very well, you know, because you see, I remember Matonto was then in Australia, because you know that Karambani was distributed all over, you know,
Europe,
and it's only African countries they didn't want to. You know, that time, Matonto, may he rest in peace, he was in Australia when he heard the song. As a matter of fact, he called me, and then he was asking me about the song. But you know, Osibisa was the greatest.
Oh, was big.
You understand? I'm saying Osibisa, seriously, anywhere you go, you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You hear them. But Osibisa was with Island Record.
Okay.
Okay, but I happened to have the contract with Radio Corporation of America in New York. And you know, it was a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, it was a blessing. You know that I was because looking at myself, when you talk about Hugh Masekela, you talk about Mariam Akiba, you know, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were top, you know, because you will not get too many African artists being recorded or get a recording
Yeah, but
contract.
they had some advantage because of the South African struggle and the attention.
But,
but tell me, while you were there, what was the Ghanaian community like in New York?
Well, you know, to tell you the truth, me, I really don't like to live in America. I have to be honest. Okay. I don't know, for one reason or another. It's not, you see, America is a good country, okay? People like it, but I don't.
It wasn't your place
necessarily. It wasn't my place,
yeah.
You know, I always like to stay, to come home.
Thank you.
That's my intention all the time.
Well, it was the
whatever
right decision,
I'm doing, I just want to come back, you know, home. I love this country so much that, and it's peaceful. Yeah. I never have a problem. Never. You don't have a stick up. You don't have somebody taking a gun and following you. You don't have to get bodyguards. Because anytime you are going to perform, you need about 6 bodyguards to guide you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I remember one time I was performing in New York City when somebody walked in. And what happened was, the person was looking left and right because I was performing. We were in the middle of performance, you know, and then the guy walked in and all I heard was, pow, pow. Do you understand what I'm saying? On the other side of the platform.
Where the audience are?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so, you see, with my experience in the US, I also remember at Village Gate, one time I was performing there was a riot. And at the end of it, somebody died, okay? And so, considering all these things, I never like to stay in the United States. I love to visit because my children, all of them are there. Most of them are children. I have almost about 11 children in the U.S.
Almost?
11. They are almost a football team. You understand?
Why almost? 11 is 11. I mean, or you lost count
11,
at some
point. Reserve is 1. So you make it 12.
Nice.
But it's a country that I love to visit.
Actually, what I wanted to find out, did you ever hold events for the Ghanaian community in New York at some point?
Yes. Mm-hmm. At one time, there was Joe Mensah, late Joe Mensah.
Yeah, the musician Joe Mensah.
The musician Joe Mensah. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, we team up.
We did some collaborations.
Yeah, collaboration to raise money for some of the students in this university who were stranded. Oh. Okay, and then that one actually is not only with Manu Dibango was also part of it. Masekela was part of it. You know, all the African. So it was very interesting. We were able.
So you did stuff with Manu Dibango, Hugh Masekela.
Oh, yeah, they've been. Manu Dibango happened to be a very good friend.
Wow. Is he still?
He's dead.
Oh, okay.
He just died. He just died.
He's Malian, right?
No,
Senegalese?
No. It's
Guinea? Okay,
yes.
I mean, I'm sure.
Okay, you know.
Yeah.
Manu Dibango,
because he was also a huge name on the continent.
Very huge name.
Yeah.
He was the guy, very open-minded, very good person.
Wow.
You know, musicians are musicians. They are so nice. You know, we're so nice to each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, so we'll be coming back. I just now want to get into some of the songs you used to perform back in the day in America. Some of the people you worked with, the names of the people you worked with. But I see some of the people who worked with you Later on, worked on Rapper's Delight, Cameo, SBS Press. Oh, all the huge names that we used to hear. There are guys there who also worked with Alhaji Sidiku Buari. But this is still Footprint. We'll be right back.
This is Fact Finder from the BBC.
We live in a world where news travels fast, and sometimes it's hard to differentiate fact from fiction. Fact Finder brings fact-checking from the newsroom up close so you can separate truth from chaff. Be empowered to tell what's fake from what's real. Watch Fact Finder by the BBC on City TV every Wednesday at 6 p.m. City TV. It's your world.
Welcome back to the program. This is Footprint. I get so excited when I hear some of the exploits that were done by our very own Ghanaians in other parts of the world. And, the good thing is there are certain foreigners who get to know Ghana through some of the things that people like you have done. And that's all they know about Ghana, many African countries, when you go and they say you are Ghanaian, for the elderly people, they say, oh, Kwame Nkrumah. For them, everything in Ghana is Kwame Nkrumah. I remember back in the day, walking on the streets of a place called Basingstoke in the UK. A white man met me and said, Ghanaian. I said, Ghanaian? Nkrumah? Ghanaian? Nkrumah? So the things that you did is still defining us. So that's why I'm so excited. In your performances in the US, who are some of the the big names that you worked with or performed with, if you like?
Well, I have somebody like Brass Construction.
Brass Construction. They used to play
yes.
funk.
Yes.
With the likes of Randy Muller.
Randy Muller, Now the fact is, sometimes before they come to play, they have people who play first, I've been a front player.
Oh, okay.
Before, some of the, if you look at somebody like, Delegate Grover Washington.
Grover Washington Jr.?
Yes,
I mean, he's like an all-time legend.
So when you talk about, our own men like Masakela.
Hugh Masakela.
Masakela.
I mean, you're on the same stage with all these.
That's right. Manu Dibango.
Wow.
Maria Makiba,
So they know you like this.
They know me like this.
They call your name and you respond.
Definitely, they have to.
No, you be big man.
Well, at least you do your best, that's it. You just in life, you just have to do your best.
Remember some of the places you guys used to?
You humble yourself, but do your best.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in life.
Yeah.
Okay? Whoever you are, humble yourself and do your best. That's all.
Wow.
So I actually, what I've done, who believe that I can get a contract with Radio Corporation of America.
Yeah, how
that was a
like?
big. Oh, Radio Corporation of America, to tell you the truth, at that time, they were very big.
Yeah.
Very big.
Yeah.
So
your
and for me, for somebody like me, okay, to get a contact with them, it's unbelievable.
You had a good manager.
Very good manager. Very good manager.
And that gave you a lot of money too.
Oh, definitely. At that time, the money, the money was good. But now...
But
otherwise,
at this time, you were still not married?
No, I was married.
In the US, I mean?
No, not in the US. I married here.
Before you left?
Before I left.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, but your kids were not with you there?
My kids were not with me, okay? Then later on, my kids happened to be with me, okay? But the fact is, the kids love America more than, here. So most of them.
Every child loves America until they grow up.
It's only some of them who like Ghana. Who want to stay in Ghana. They go there for a visit and come back. There's one behind you here.
Yes, but the point is that the people who remain in Ghana have also carried your name to the next level.
Correct. Well, you see, the fact is, I keep on telling my children, just try and do your best. Whatever you are doing, do your best.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you get this criticism and all this kind of thing. Don't pay any attention to that.
That's correct.
Just follow your destiny and do whatever you can.
Yeah.
And do your very best.
Yeah, you did that and it shows.
That's right. And, I'm so happy that they are all doing well. Those who are there and those who are here, they are all doing their best. And, that's...
But you said they are about 11.
Yes.
Where are they in the U.S.? I want to go and look for them.
They are well, if you go and look for them, you find them. It's very easy, But most of them are married now anyway. Most of them, if you are looking for a wife there, then it has to be somewhere. But anyway.
Well, are they all girls?
No. I have 4 boys. But most of them are girls.
So you have 4 boys, and to use your own word, about seven girls.
Yes, there.
And one of them is an actress.
Yes.
Wow. Listeners, one of them is an actress. She's also married, right?
Yes.
Okay, then it's finished, please. It's finished.
We have the actress, I would say about 2 of them are actresses.
Oh, okay.
Okay, not one.
All in Ghana?
Okay, one is there. One is here.
But she's also done a great job.
Very great job, but she goes there quite often.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I always say is that do your very best. And I'm so happy that they are following my advice. And they are doing their very best.
Good. But they are all talented. So what do you expect? They are talented.
Well,
who is their father? They are talented. The fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Sometimes, the children sometimes can divert.
That's true. That is very true.
In life, you get the children who will not like to listen to you. But I thank Almighty God that most of them, they listen to me.
Yeah.
Okay, when I advise them, when there is advice, I advise them. And when you advise them, they listen.
But every child will be proud of a father like you. Because you've seen it, you've practiced it, you've done it, and even Ghana is proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Now, at which point did you decide to leave America?
Well, when I get myself together and I was getting ready, that time I get my equipment, together, and then I brought, because I wanted to establish a recording studio. And the business here.
Yeah, so now you left Ghana as an athlete and you came back as a musician.
That is correct. That is correct. And as a matter of fact, I established a studio, and then audiovisual, equipment, editing, production, and things like that. And this is how I was able to come out with that AYALOLO. That was the first Ghanaian film that took off commercially in this country. AYALOLO.
We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about.
Okay.
I'm looking at how, a lot of Ghanaians outside get to a point where they consider relocating back to Ghana. And that transition, how you put yourself together, took a decision that enough is enough with America, let me go back. And want to hear how you came by that decision, how you came back to Ghana and re-established yourself.
Well, when I was coming, to tell you the truth, most of my friends didn't want me to come.
From there, right?
Yes. They told me, don't come.
This is where the action is.
Don't come to Ghana. They said, no, you better stay there. You punish yourself. But you see, I take the courage.
Yeah.
Because home is home.
Mm-hmm.
I know where to go and where I'm
Yeah,
coming. And
yeah.
as long as you have the experience, I think there is a way you can make it better here.
But you see,
than
you
there.
had an advantage.
Yes.
Okay, somebody who grew up in Cowlin,
Yes.
who used to play around Bukom, who went
Yes.
to government boys' school,
Yes.
who went to African college,
Yes.
got to the US.
Yes.
You were ahead of them because you at a young age you had seen different aspects of life.
Yes, the fact is, some of them also come from
The same
they're
background.
the same, you know, but
Shamewo.
they're Amewo, or I would say they don't believe. You see, the fact is, you have to build your own foundation.
Okay,
Don't let somebody build your foundation for you.
I take that.
It's your plan. You have to make your own plan.
Okay.
Okay,
So which
and
year
the-
did you finally relocate to Ghana?
The year that I relocated
Which
to
period?
Ghana,
70s,
that's
80s?
79.
1979.
1979 is when I came here for good.
Wow. Before the
1979.
coup or after the coup?
Well, you know, just I think it's around the coup was
June.
yeah, June
Yeah.
79.
Yeah.
Then I was here in September.
Okay.
Yes, you know.
That was when
but-
the elections was
but
taking
you see,
place. Yeah.
to me, you know, when the coup happened, do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, for one reason or the other, I wasn't afraid of the
Oh, of course. You didn't owe
this thing
anybody.
because I don't owe anybody.
Yeah.
I came here freely and I was able actually to establish myself.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you, Alhaji. You see, at this point, we'll have another episode of this program.
Okay.
And because there's so much that we need to hear from you. How you established in Ghana again, how you went into audio visuals, how Sit Theater came about, how Funky Town Disco came about, and all those ones.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so. Thank you.
You've been watching FootPrints with Alhaji Sidiku Buari, a notable name in Ghanaian entertainment circles. This is where we part company. The program is FootPrints. My name is Samuel Atamensa. See you next week.